The Colonial Prince, Season 1, Episode 6. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 6 of Revolutionary War Rarities, the Sons of the American Revolution podcast. My name is Jim Griffith.
And my name is Joe Maples.
Jim, did you know there was a prince that fought in the American Revolution? It's true, and he fought on the side of the Colonials, not the British. His name was Caleb Quotem from Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Well, Jim, it turns out that Caleb Quotem was an enslaved individual who belonged to General William Whipple. William Whipple was a signer of the Declaration of Independence from New Hampshire, and Caleb Quotem was William Whipple's slave. William Whipple was also a second cousin of Stephen Hopkins, another signer of the Declaration of Independence. It is believed to many that Caleb Quotem attended the Continental Congress of 1776 with his owner. During battle, Caleb Quotem served as a bodyguard to William Whipple, since at the time enslaved individuals were not permitted to be soldiers.
Now, there are some historians who believe that Caleb Quotem and William Whipple are portrayed in the portrait Washington crossing the Delaware. However, there is significant doubt about their presence at that event, and therefore this cannot be verified. Additionally, accurate records associated with slaves of that era were rarely, if ever, maintained. Therefore, there are many slave stories that are believed to be more folklore than fact. However, there is a strong story that needs to be told and backed up with documentation regarding Caleb Quotem. Ultimately, William Whipple was promoted to Brigadier General of the New Hampshire Militia in 1777 and fought at the battles of Saratoga and Stillwater. Caleb Quotem was present the entire time.
Okay, Jim Griffith, I guess it's trivia time, and I have several questions for you.
Okay, shoot.
You said that there was a prince who fought on the side of colonials during the American Revolution, but you haven't told us what made Caleb Quotem a prince. In fact, you said he was a slave to William Whipple. How does being a slave have anything to do with being a prince?
Well, Caleb Quotem was his given name at birth. When he became enslaved, his name was Prince Whipple, carrying the last name of his owner at that time. He was a well-liked, well-respected, and well-known slave.
So, Jim, what additional contributions did Caleb Quotem, also known as Prince Whipple, make to the Revolutionary War effort or to the United States in general?
Well, Caleb Quotem ultimately became a full-fledged member of the New Hampshire Militia and fought in numerous battles during the Revolutionary War alongside his owner and commander, Brigadier General William Whipple. But here is where he had another long-standing effect on the United States. During the Revolution, it is believed that Caleb Quotem approached his owner and commander, William Whipple, with the following quote: "You are going to fight for your liberty, but I have none to fight for." General Whipple agreed with his logic and also agreed to emancipate him if he agreed to continue fighting in the Revolution. General Whipple was good to his word and freed Caleb Quotem on February 22nd, 1781, which just happened to be George Washington's birthday. It actually took until February the 26th, 1784 for all of the legalities to be formalized, but he became a free man.
So, Jim, what else did he do that was significant in American history?
He, along with 19 other freed slaves, created the Freedom Petition in New Hampshire. It said, "God of nature gave them life and freedom. Upon the terms of the most perfect equality with other men, that freedom is an inherent right of the human species, not to be surrendered, but by consent, for the sake of social life. That private or public tyranny and slavery are alike detestable to minds conscious of the equal dignity of human nature."
So, are you telling me that Caleb Quotem, also known as Prince Whipple, was one of the original individuals who fought for civil rights?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Caleb Quotem, Prince Whipple, whatever you want to call him, fought for the freedom and liberty of our entire nation, including enslaved individuals at the time of the Revolutionary War. Another not so well named that deserves a bigger place in American history. A name that was well respected among his peers, fought hard alongside his owner for this great nation, and fought hard for the rights of all men. And so it goes. Julian Bond was quoted as saying, "The humanity of all Americans is diminished when any group is denied rights granted to others." And of course, Martin Luther King was quoted as saying, "In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." Caleb Quotem fought for the liberty of this great country during the Revolutionary War, and in the meantime started a civil rights movement that would ultimately be focused on a key sentence contained in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And his focus was holding his owner accountable to the words in which his owner endorsed. We, the sons of the American Revolution, honor all those individuals who fought for the liberties that we enjoy almost 250 years later. Thank you, Caleb Quotem. Thank you for fighting for this great nation. Thank you for holding everyone accountable to the words so clearly declared in that great document known as the Declaration of Independence. I hope you will pardon us as we refer to you as Prince. Although that was your enslaved name, you were clearly a prince, greater than any who have held that official title. I'm Jim Griffith.
And I'm Joe Maples, and we thank you for joining us today, and please be sure to join us for the next episode of Revolutionary War Rarities Podcast. It's been a production of National Society, Sons of the American Revolution, www.sar.org.